All right, here we are. We are live. So I thought I was live for about the past like 10 minutes or so, but apparently it was a private stream. So, hey, I was over here partying by myself. But here, let's see. Happy to have everyone here that's here. Good morning. Let's get the party started. Actually, before we get the party started, just a heads up, we got probably about 10 minutes before we actually get serious and look into anything. I want to start by having a quick moment of silence because it's 9/11, you know. All right. And now that that's done, hey, let's get to it. So I got an alert. Hey, good morning, Mahishu. Good morning, Brandon. Go ahead and ask your question. All right. So Nvidia looks like it's breaking out. Let me take a look at that on a lower time frame. Let me look at that on a 5 minute. Oh, wrong. So I'm going to on a on my other account. I'm gonna see if I can take advantage of this NVIDIA call. I'm gonna grab a call on NVIDIA. I'm gonna grab it for this week, and I'm gonna grab a 211 call. This is just all right. So I just grabbed that. I'm gonna alert the Discord. I paid 201 for it. Grabbed the 111 call expiring this Friday. All right, can you explain what a bull put spread table? Yeah, let me do some things and I'll explain that in a moment. Good morning, Rachel. All right, so here. All right, yeah, Apple is running up. Okay, looking good there. Honestly, I like the idea of here. Let me set an alert here too. I might grab some sort of call around this area. If we come down here on the SPY as well, I may grab that on the small account because that looks like a good play. But let me just alert the Discord, and then we will watch out for. Yeah, we'll see what we get. Yeah, we're running on this Nvidia play. Just bought a call on Nvidia for the 111 strike. Paid. How much did I pay? 201 for it. Per share. Shoot a little screenshot in there. Reason for trade. Break of resistance. All right. All right, so we alerted the Discord. Let's all right, so we're up on Apple, up on Nvidia. Let me look at the SPY real quick. Start scouting for SPY options. And I might go for a daily today. All right, should this work out over here, I'm going to look at was gonna say, yeah, should this work out? I'm looking for calls. Let me drop the time frame because I really want to see a sweep of this level before reversing to the upside. And it's looking like if we do this, I would go for about 549 calls, and that would be the only trade I could really make today. Let me zoom out a little bit. Yeah, we do have a demand zone right there too. All right, so that might be the move. We'll see. See how this candle turns out. I haven't forgot about your question though, Brandon. I'm just kind of watching the price action right here first. I don't want to miss any opportunities, but yeah, we'll be on stream and we can discuss a bull put spread. I need to make sure it's the right thing I'm thinking of, just because usually if there's the spread, I just need to make sure it's what I'm thinking of. Sometimes just the terminology that people use kind of throw me off. Okay, I'm going to get this call on the SPY. I grabbed a 549 call for today. I'm playing it kind of hot. And yeah, I paid 93 for it. Let's see. I'm hoping for something like this, but I'm just gonna really just trying to get out in the green. So first target honestly would be probably about this 547 level. But I got in this trade kind of, I would say semi early. Let me go back to the 15-minute. So on the 15, there's actually not, you could argue, let's see, you could argue, where's my tool? That this is a supply zone or a demand zone. We didn't get a complete close. It looks like it's forming liquidity, so we can see what comes of this. So going back to the 5-minute, yeah, we'll have to see what comes of that. Nvidia is still running up though, so we're doing well on that. Let me set my stop though, so we'll set our stop about right there. I'm willing to hold this for a bit, but I'm kind of playing this kind of hot. Okay, so all right, so I'm gonna look at this bull put spread real quick. I'm looking at the little chart. So I'm gonna read the definition of it and then I'll explain it. So a bull put spread is an options trading strategy that involves selling one put option and buying another put option with the same expiration date but a lower strike price. The strategy also is known as a credit spread. Okay, that makes more sense. See, that's what I mean by like whenever they use certain terminology, it kind of throws me off because it's like I know it is one way, but it's like there's so much terminology. People like to say things in certain terms and make themselves sound more smart and sophisticated, saying things like a bull put spread. So yeah, let's take a look at it. So a credit spread, essentially, you're able to. Oh, so whenever it comes to let's look at the sell side of options. So whenever you sell an options contract, let's say I have 100 shares of NVIDIA. And let's say I bought them for, let's say we got NVIDIA when it was like $25. If you bought NVIDIA at $25 and you have 100 shares of NVIDIA, honestly, it doesn't even matter that you bought it at $25. But if you have 100 shares of NVIDIA, that gives you now have what you need to be an options contract seller, which is essentially to have the be able to give someone the right to buy 100 shares. So since you have 100 shares, you have the right to give someone the right to buy 100 shares because you can sell them 100 shares if you want to. So what was I going to say? So if I wanted to sell a $111 call to somebody, I would profit off that call that I sold essentially because they purchased the contract for me, but it expired below $111. So it expired worthless essentially. When you're on the sell side of options contract, you want it to expire worthless. And what was I going to say? That's essentially what you want with the credit spread or a bull put spread as well. It's like as the instead of selling 100 shares, you buy another contract. So in this instance here, let me use some lines to. What's up, Oliver? We're going over what a bull put spread is right now. All right. So let's say, I don't know, you buy some shares right here, or you buy a contract for 115. So let's say you can buy some, or you buy some shares at 115. So now you have the ability to own some at 115. And let's say you want to sell a contract at 117. So now there is a $2 or $200 spread, depending on how you look at it. There's a $2 per share difference between these contracts. So this right here is the spread. And this is kind of your area of profit right here. So I'm trying to think of how to explain this. I'm like watching all this stuff on the screen and trying to explain this at the same time. But essentially, this one is closer to in the money. So you bought the one closer to the money. No, actually the other way around. So with the bear put spread, you're selling the one closer to the money. You're buying the one further out of the money. And the way you profit from it is essentially both of these being out of the money. So you're putting up about, in between here, you're putting up about probably about $200 of your own money, but you're also getting paid for this one. So instead of needing to own 100 shares, you only need to cover the difference in here. So let's say this one costs $100. Let's say this one costs $50. So between that, there's a difference in contract price of about $50, but there's also about, for 100 shares, there will be about $150 difference. So you would need to, this would cost you $150 to get in, but if it expired below 150, assuming we were looking at calls, or 115, you would get paid $50 for that spread. So it's essentially a way to sell options contracts even when you don't own 100 shares. That's kind of going to be my explanation for now of a bull put spread. It's like I'm sure I can explain it in a more simpler way, but that would require more preparation. Good morning, T-Bird. So I got in the trade early. I was kind of eyeing the sweep of this liquidity in a reversal to the upside, so I got into a 549 call on the SPY, and I did it on the $100 account, and it's a day trade, so we'll kind of watch it. But yeah, that's where I'm at. And then I also grabbed a call on Nvidia as well. So yeah, we'll have to kind of watch and see how things go today. So yeah, this is how Nvidia is looking. Zoom out to the 15 on that. I think we should get a reversal right here. We'll kind of watch things on the 15 for now. Day R06. How should I start? What are you trying to start? Oh, y'all excuse me. Y'all might be hearing my kind of swallow sounds. I'm kind of drinking. My wife made me some tea. My throat's kind of sore, so if I sound kind of funny or anything, that's why. Oh, and also, while y'all are here, while we're just chilling, hey, feel free to like just glance down and see that like button. Maybe smash it if that's your thing. But if it's not your thing, you don't have to smash the like button. Just want to bring some attention to it, let you know it's there. Notice we got like four people who smashed the like button. Shout out to y'all. But yeah, going back on. Yeah, we're just gonna sit here, watch these stocks. Stock. Oh shoot. Dang, we got 9 people that smashed the like button. All right. I'm glad to know that we're here and we're present. Easiest way to 1K. Are you talking about starting with 100? Am I still in my Apple call? Yes. Let me see how that Apple call is doing real quick. Go to Weeble. So I'm up $20 on my Apple call right now. But yes, I'm still in it. Let me check the chart on that. Cause honestly, when I get in too many things, oh dang, yeah, I definitely should have taken some profits. That's kind of one of the things I find a little bit more difficult about streaming and whatnot is kind of distracts me when I'm in I guess I would say multiple trades. So yeah, I probably would have taken profit on that. Let's look at this on a 4 hour. Yeah, that definitely is what I was targeting. And then with Apple's chop, I mean, I got till next week. I think we can still kind of test this range. But yeah, we definitely hit what I was trying to hit. All right, let me set an alert right there. I still think today's going to be a bullish day. Personally. I think what I'm more concerned about is Tesla. I think the market is like kind of faking us out this morning. So that's why I took such a high risk trade on the SPY. I think this right here is I think we're going to come up and retest the highs up here. It's just I didn't get the best entries. Give me a second. I got to do something real quick. Or I'm not going anywhere. I'm just like on a different browser. I was asking for. Hold on. I hope everyone is having a good morning. I woke up very stuffy. Okay, so easiest way to 1K. Honestly, I'm gonna say if you're starting with 100, it's not going to be easy. The easiest way to 1K is going to be consistent investing in dollar cost averaging. I would say nothing about trading options is true. The weather is changing, so that's to be expected. Be sure to take vitamins. Texas weather is crazy. Yeah. So like this weekend, one of my friends had a birthday. They like live in Houston, and they had like a rooftop pool where they stay. And I don't know, there's something like people were grilling, and I don't know. It's like all the fumes were like the fumes for the grill was kind of blowing my way. And I've kind of noticed every time that stuff like that happens, like I end up with a sore throat. And of course, it happened again. And yeah, my throat was sore. And now just a little under the weather, but I'm still good for the most part. All right, so ideally, anyone looking for calls on the spy, this is your entry right here. I might I might go for one on I might actually go for one on Moomoo as well. Let's see. I'm not getting a daily though. I might go for Friday. I'll go for a Friday and I'll go for a 551. So yeah, let's got in right there. Still looking for about the same thing. Can you explain the difference between a day one, oh, one day and up till Friday? So a one day, a one so when it comes to the options contracts, they have like different expiration dates. And if you hear me say a 1 day or a 0 day, I'm talking about the ones that expire today. And then beyond that, oh, if I'm looking for Friday, it's going to be the one that expires Friday. So I believe this Friday is the 13th. Today would be the 11th, and it's like I'm getting contracts that correspond essentially. So here, let's see how much we broke below over here. Let's take a look at this real quick. So trend line was here, went about 50 cents past. All right, let's see how far past we are right now, because I may already have to get out of that. All right. Let's see. Yeah, this might be it. This might be it for the trade. If we don't get a reversal from this here, we're taking the L. Let's see. All right, so right now it's looking like we got some support. Well, we'll have to see, especially how it does with this trend line. But I really think this is all just a big trick. I think it's like if we were to look on the 4 hour, I think the market is playing tricks. I believe today we'll come back up to the top of this range. I was like, even if we come back and look at the NVIDIA play that I got, if we look at it on a lower time frame, that area of resistance is now holding up as support. I believe NVIDIA is going to come up, make new highs, all that good stuff. So Apple's still kind of holding up. Go back to the 4 hour on Tesla. I would say this is still kind of holding up too. And then, yeah, let's look back at the SPY over here. Still want to see some more bullishness out of this. Good morning, James. All right. So Cruz, Duran, I'm doing $100 challenge on Robinhood and fairly new to trading. Now with the, yes, the PDT will apply. So it's like I actually just switched my account to, or at least my Robinhood account. I just switched my Robinhood account to a cash account so I can make day trades and not necessarily need to worry about the PDT rule. And I actually I took a quick little video over it, so I need to upload it to YouTube just so those of you who don't know can see that process as well. All right, things are starting to look a little better for now, or at least looking at Tesla. This is what I was expecting on Tesla. Some kind of pullback move like this. That's why I'm watching Tesla on the 4 hour. How's Google looking for you? Let's see. So it looks like we have some good support at about this kind of about this 149 or 149.50 level. Zoom out some more. Oh, this is a 4 hour chart. Done a lot of falling. Let's see if we can identify some sort of trend here. So right now, like Google, like to sum it up in one word, how's Google looking to me? Bearish, but let's see if we can. So yeah, as of right now, I would say it's still trending down. There's a steeper trend down, but let's see. Get rid of these EMAs. Yeah, right now Google's just looking bearish. So the SPY call here, let's look at this SPY call on the 15. So the SPY call got in too early on, but I still, like right now, I'm still led to believe that we're being faked out by the market right now. They're trying to draw in as many people to the downside before they reverse it and coming back up. Looking at how that call is actually doing, it's probably doing terribly. So the call is down to like 34, so we're down pretty bad on it. But like once again, I think this is a trap, and if we can kind of like change the pace of this in the other direction, I think we'll come up on it. But moves like this are essentially they want more people to close the trade before they bring it back the other way. All right, I'm about to get my first win on a $38 put thanks to seeing what Warren Buffett sold. What shares? What shares are you talking about? And then T-Bird, kind of my favorite part, looking for the trends. Like you said the other day, it tells it, yes. Yeah, so every candle kind of tells a story. It kind of lets you know what's going on. Right now, this one, like over here, you had a reversal, strong selling pressure. The sellers stepped in, really trying to see how these end up doing, because it's like we have buyers here that push that up, but it's like who's going to win here? It looks like the sellers have been in control ever since we've kind of been over here. Okay, Brandon, okay, Bank of America. We'll come back over to Tesla. All right, so we still have Tesla holding up. Nvidia still like, I would say Nvidia is still holding up too. Move up to SPY. We doing on a Dixie. Yeah, I want to see this. Yeah, I want to see this continue, or this candle, or I want to see more candles like this one on the Dixie to kind of support what I'm saying. Let me see if we have any. Can I explain a liquidity sweep again? All right, so here, let's see if we can find any in the. We'll probably have to go up to a higher time frame. So first off, let's talk about liquidity. So liquidity, when it comes to the concept of liquidity, liquidity is just how easy it is to get in and out of something. Okay, I'm going to have to take some L's on the SPY. Hold on. This isn't good, but yeah. I'm going to have to take an L. Doing really bad on this challenge now. after doing really well on it. So yeah, I closed out of that, and now I have 32 left. So I'm done for today in the small account. Yeah, so today might be a drop like a rock kind of day. I'm gonna probably, let me, real quick. Yeah, I think I have too much going on with the amount of stuff I'm in. This still could come up in reverse, but I had to get out on the one I was in up here. All right, so liquidity. So essentially, yeah, if we're looking for liquidity or whatnot, whenever you see like a wick like this, know there is liquidity there. Essentially, what's happening is coming down and being bought back up quickly. So for the people who are trying to sell out of their trades and whatnot, there are a lot of buyers at this area. So because there are a lot of buyers, there's liquidity to be found at these levels. Like they're not having any trouble of getting in and out of their trade. So these is considered to be liquid. And a sweep of liquidity is essentially there's liquidity here. It is considered to be swept when we come down and come past it. So right here we have this big move up, then we come down and we make this low where we have this liquidity here. There's more liquidity here, and the more liquidity you see going, the more liquidity you see being formed. Just know that's kind of like charging for a larger move. So there's liquidity up here, liquidity up here, liquidity up here. But over here is when we finally come down, kind of pass it and sweep it. And it may depend on what time frame you're on. So maybe we go up to the 1 hour or something where, let me see. Maybe we go up to, I want to say it was over here. Or maybe it was, here, let me go back down to the, what was it, 15. So yeah, we, over here, there's liquidity. We essentially swept it over here. Was when we came down and passed and kind of knocked it out. Let me do an arrow just so we can see it on a higher time frame real quick. All right, so on the higher time frame, that liquidity was looking like this. When we came over to sweep, the liquidity was actually over here that you see, and when we swept it, it led us into this movement up like this. Usually when you get the sweep of liquidity, which here we'll kind of mark like this. This is where the liquidity was being swept. And this little spot right here, you'll come up and take out the previous highs, which it did, and it went a little higher. All right, so actually looking at this, there could be some liquidity to be found potentially right here that's getting swept. But now that I think about it, there is also a gap to be filled down to about this 540 level. So yeah, I need to actually close out some trades because I'm in too many trades right now to take a move like this to the downside. Hold on, we'll close out my trade on Tesla. close out my trade on Apple. Wish I was like paying closer attention. Yeah, just kind of close out of everything now. Refresh because we're going the opposite direction. So it looks like it actually like, oh dang, well, we're talking about liquidity. We actually, it's possible we could have filled something to the upside, but let me just close out all of this first before really getting into. So I'm gonna close out of that SPY call I had too. Because we're probably coming down to this 540 area now. And then now I'm going to sit here and I'm going to wait for something better now. Honestly, the move would have been, or should have been, to kind of play at the break of the trend line. But hindsight's always 2020. It's hard kind of playing, looking at multiple moves. All right, so getting back to it. All right, so mistakes were made today. I'm not going to make any more trades at the moment, but now I want to kind of just talk about what has gone on. All right, so looking at Tesla, here, let's go down to the 15 minutes. So we got our break right here. This is the reason why I give so much validity to trend lines. So looking at Tesla, here, let's actually use this tool. We got our break right here. We got our confirmation over here. So from there, we've come down here, and it could be coming over here to sweep liquidity again, but just from there, this would have been our next target. So from there was a $4, almost $5 move to be had on Tesla. More support around this kind of $218 area. So right here, should have kind of cut out right there, and took those. Looking at Nvidia, came up, broke the trend line, ran up to 2. Actually, we got our breakout right here, ran up here, then came back to test the trend line. So honestly, by the time we came back right here, probably should have cut out. And then Apple, we came up here and made our new high. I just wasn't paying attention for Apple. And then with the SPY, wait, where are we at? The SPY, this is just straight violence. So we came up here, almost touched our trend line. So I guess, okay, so yeah, when it comes to liquidity sweeps, you can see that there was, here, let's look at it on, so looking at it on the 15 minute, there was some liquidity right here. And what happened is, came up here, made this range, and ideally, had I recognized that, the trade would have or should have gone more like this. Hold on. Let me look at it on the 4 hour. So yeah, there's still liquidity there. So yeah, let's look at it on the 1 hour actually. So yeah, there's liquidity there on the 1 hour. We came up here, swept. Yeah, it might be. Yeah, SPY is probably headed to this 538 range. I might go for that on my larger account. Let me check my trades real quick. Oh no, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, but SPY is probably headed right here down to at least close this gap down here. Yeah, so I got trapped on this trade. But yeah, ideally, you see the sweep of liquidity right here, and then your target from noticing that sweep should have been, let's say we actually notice, stop a little past the trend, and then your target would have been about right here. And then say you notice it's still running, looking for the next target, you look right here, then over here at 540, and then ultimately to fill this gap in at about 539. All right, so let me look here. All right, so let's see if we can find a trend. I'm still going to see if I can find a good spot to enter. All right, morning question. What if banks are selling just to lower prices? That's what they do. That is a thing. That is manipulation. So that is how algorithms kind of go with trading. So that's why you'll see this movement. But the thing is, if they're still intending on bringing it lower, there is kind of what was I going to say? If they intend on bringing it lower, then there is still there's still money to be made. Essentially, the banks and whatnot are going to do what they do. They still have things they're trying to do, so they'll push the prices down so they can get in at a better price, and they'll push it up so they can sell at a higher price. But it's like our objective isn't necessarily to try to fight them. Our objective is to say, how can we go along for that ride? How can we kind of profit off the experience? So yeah, kind of going on right there. All right, so will I jump on the downtrend then? So I'm trying to look for an optimal spot to get in on the downtrend, because there is a good chance we will pull back first. Of course it's possible we could just ride the trend all day. So I have a trend line up here. There appears to be another trend kind of going along this one right here. So I would at least want to see a pullback to maybe this first one, if not the second one. Yeah, I would at least want to see it pull back to this, or maybe it trade sideways to this before going in for something else. Because usually when they draw a lot of people in, they like to cut the opposite direction before continuing what they're doing. So So even if it came down to them just kind of stopping here, trading sideways, and waiting for it to kind of move here, or like just, yeah, even if it came down to them doing something like this, then then coming down, that would be all right. Or maybe instead of that, they do maybe they do something like this, and then it's like if you identify this trend line over here, it looks like the trend line breaks, and then they bring it back up here before coming down. So time frame makes it different. What you're watching makes it different. That's what makes trading difficult. Good morning, Peter Gale. Peter Gale. All right, trying to catch it on the way back up. Feels like this is a choppy. So I wouldn't say the market was chopped. Depending on the time frame you look at, yeah, it might be. No, honestly, I would say if you're looking in here, it's choppy. I wouldn't necessarily call this choppy because there was a range. It looks like to me we're coming to at least feel. So I said on the, I guess a lower time frame, I said the gap was down here to 238, but it actually looks like the gap is to about 540. And let me check the daily. Yeah, actually on the daily chart there is no gap. So honestly, it's possible that they don't even necessarily bring it down. So I would say if they were targeting anything, 540 is going to be a good level of support. And if it breaks below that, then it if it breaks below that, then what was I going to say? If it breaks below that, we're probably falling some more. Now I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go back out to the weekly just to see what's going on, see how this candle looks. Zoom back in. I'm gonna clear some of this out just to just make things a little clearer. So this is why I predominantly prefer to trade on a higher time frame, just because I like when I get on lower time frames like this, I get whopped sometimes, kind of like I did today. So, all right, try to. What do you think about Broadcom? It raised 15 earned, and it's not going down now, but I think it's going to shoot back up. Here, let's look at let's see how the charts are looking. Let's go on a higher time frame. So right now, I mean, it's still trending down. It's still making the lower highs and lower lows. If I were to just draw something very loosely, it might look something like that. Or say we go from here, maybe it looks something like that. Or if we came from this one right here. Oh, so you kind of just might just have to wait and see on that one. It's like it did cross above this one, but it could possibly consolidate. If you go back far enough, this was a level of support. We kind of like it looks like we swept something in there. All right, I'm gonna go back to the SPY. It's still falling. This is kind of when those EMAs come into play. Let me clear that out. Let's look at it on the 2. We're selling off so hard that even if you play this on the 1 minute from the top, like normally you couldn't do this on the 1 minute, but the amount of selling pressure we got today, you could have just turned on the 13 EMA, rode from the top. And this just goes to show like just how, not one single strategy isn't going to work all the time, because most days you're not going to get moves like this. This is kind of crazy a little bit. We should have the VIX spiking up, or it's not spiking up too crazy, but the VIX is running up. Yeah, but yeah, Rick, you're right. We're coming to that 140 level. It's kind of crazy. That's kind of wild. So watching this on the 1 minute, that may be kind of where your entry is. It's like, this isn't, like, honestly, at this point, this isn't anything I would even look to chase. Hold on, I need to update the people in the Patreon, because I had cut out of that NVIDIA. Cut out NVIDIA at, let's see. Cut out NVIDIA at 123. And Tesla it's crazy. All right. Let's see. Yeah, so now I'm just going to look for opportunities. So is Moomoo good for option trading? I got approved for level 2. Yeah. So yeah, Moomoo's good for option trading. I'm going to say it's not, if you compare it to a Robinhood, it's going to be a little bit more confusing, but yeah, it's good for options trading. It's like this, the other account I'm using aside from the Robinhood. What was, yeah, really all there is to do. So this, on this 1 minute time frame, it looks like it may have found support on the 1 minute, but since it's on the 1 minute, that's not really saying too much. And it's like, I actually, oh wait, hold on, let me go back. Keep doing that. Yeah, so right here on the 1 minute, I mean, we'll have to see if this holds up, but this is like the first time on the 1 minute where you've actually seen like a. Wait, okay. How come I still have only 3-day trades on the cash account on Moomoo? You should have. You are you sure you have a cash account? I think a cash account on Moomoo, like a cash account regardless, you should have. You should have. It should just go off of like what's settled. So on Moomoo, I have a margin account. Like if you look at the top where it says account, like on the accounts tab on Moomoo, at the top does it say cash account or does it say like mine says margin account? Crazy thing is a lot of. Let me see how the Nasdaq's doing. They give you a cash account now. I I have a margin account. I think it. I think they give you an option. Cause I got approved for options on my cash account. That's weird. I don't know. I don't have a I don't have a cash account with Moomoo. You have both. Mahishu, do you see like your day trades and like what's it say for your day trades on your cash account? They're two separate accounts. Yeah, that makes sense because I think when I had Moomoo, I had a cash account and a margin account. All right, so the trend looks like it continues on. Let's see if we can get past this support right here. Oh, wait. All right, so looking at these, if Tesla can get above or below, what is this level right here? Why did I draw this? I don't even know why I have this level drawn on Tesla. Oh, there's support there. Yeah, if Tesla can get below this level, would look for like 212 on Tesla. Then Nvidia's coming down to test support. And the SPY's just falling. I want to see how the Qs are. So the SPY's down 50. Okay. Wait, hold on. There are two separate accounts. I have not put money in my cash account. You switch from either. Oh, never mind. I got unlimited trades. I was just looking at my. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. Because that was not making sense to me. Here, let's go back to watching on the 4-hour. This is where I like to see everything to take my trades. Kind of upset at myself for my performance on the SPY today. Or on the week. It's like I'm 0 and 5 on the week, or 0 and 4. So yeah, this is where I need to be when I'm looking for my plays and finding things. So I still like Tesla. I think I still like Tesla for upside. I think I really like it here. I do want to see how this candle ends up closing, but like right here, this looks like a sweep of liquidity to me right here, if we go back to that concept. So this right here, depending on how this 4-hour candle plays out, just looking at it on the 4-hour, this would be a good level to buy, look for something. Here, let's look on the 1-hour. Maybe sweep this, go a little, maybe come past this line. There is a demand zone here. Okay, so we did break that line. But yeah, there's a demand zone there on the 1-hour. So it's like I would like to see how maybe something closed out on here. See. I would like to see how we closed out right there. And wait, okay, could you look at AAL, see if it's worth it buying a put? Let's take a look. All right, so I want to leave Tesla up just because I want to kind of see how that does. So right now, I mean, if you're riding the trend, like on the 1 minute, this would be where you bought a put. It's like right now you're looking at this 1068, but that's on the 1 minute chart. On the 5 minute chart, looks like there's a gap to 568. Then you're looking at 558. Let's go up to a 1-hour. I thought the CPI was in line. Why is the CPI was in line, and we're probably going to get our rate cut. I don't know. Sometimes with the market, it does what it does, and you just kind of have to see after the fact. So there is a good amount of support at this kind of like 1070 area on American Airlines. Okay, I do like a call on Tesla. I'm probably going to go in for another one. But I'm not going to get this week. Here, let's see. I'm going to get time on it, so I'm going to go, I'm going to go for the, looks like I'm looking at the 27th. No, I'm still going to go for next week. And I'm going to, Let's see. Yeah, I'm going for a 222.5 call, and we'll kind of see how that does. All right, so let me alert the Discord on that. Like, I still really like upside on Tesla. Yeah, I still feel like the market is kind of faking us out. Okay. Yeah. Looking at a 105 put on Exxon, let's see. Okay, so yeah, I had some trend lines for Exxon. We broke the trend lines at, let's see. Let's see where the next area is. Okay, so yeah, we broke that. Yeah, it looks like the next area would be about this 104, 105. So that that seems valid. That definitely seems valid. All right, so let me take some screenshots. I'm gonna screenshot like kind of what I see on Tesla because that's like too much to explain in a message. All right, what time for? I'm looking at this on oh, that's Apple. I was like, yo, the chart looks different on that one. All right. Call for the 220.25 strike paid. How much did I pay for it? 608 for it. All right, yeah, so I sent the chart for that one. All right, we got that in there. All right, so yeah, honestly, that 105 level is not a bad area to target on Exxon. All right, so now I want to come in, look at the SPY. So the SPY is at that 440 level. Like we'll see if it comes down to that. We'll see if it comes down to make these new lows down here. But oh yeah, one more thing I want to look at is we do have this trend line as well. So we'll see kind of how we're doing with that on a 4 hour. Like we did get back above this trend line. Let's lengthen that. Why not even draw this trend line? I'm not sure how valid that trend line is because I don't even know where it's coming, where it came from. Get rid of that. Yeah, this is like straight carnage. I know my long-term account is loving this though. Get to buy into some stuff for much lower prices. See how PayPal is about $68. Tesla's trading at $217. And go back to SPY on a 1 minute. So the EMA is not moving at as steep of a rate on the 1 minute. On the 2 minutes, it looks like we found like temporary support kind of in this 540 area. 5 minute has us at least pulling back up to about 542. So maybe at some point we'll kind of find a movement on that. The 10 minutes like way up here at 543. Yeah, all these I'm thinking we might get some volatility today. Like the upside may pay off. Kind of looking at the fib. Like if depending on what kind of time frame we want to operate off of today, even like the Fibonacci move would be a move back up to about this 545 level. The main factor is just going to be the time you have for your trade. So like for instance, looking at this move on Tesla Day, say this is the level where things kind of react. The first kind of place I would expect to come is here. But looking at this, we kind of already got this first low over here. And right now we could potentially be sweeping liquidity, which would make me, once again, at least target this, or if we're on the 4 hour, getting our move of liquidity, which we still have like another hour to like kind of confirm what's going on. If this is a move of liquidity, a sweep of liquidity on the 4 hour, the real target is up here at the least, but ultimately up here. So hopefully that's what that is. Hopefully we get something like that. I think Nvidia is still holding support, the support level I charted this morning. SPY looks like it's getting somewhat of a reversion, at least on the 1 minute. Let's go back to the 1 minute on the SPY. All right, so we're testing this trend line. Do I track VWAP? No, not really. But yeah, if we move to VWAP, I know VWAP's probably high. Let's see. Let's turn on the VWAP. Let's see. So indicators. All right, let's change all this extra stuff real quick. All right, so I don't care about any of the bands. Yeah, so if we end up making a VWAP move, that's a pretty decent move. Let's turn that on for Tesla too. Take a look at that. get rid of all this extra stuff. So VWAP for the day on Tesla is about 2136. Yeah, we'll see. So it looks like we'll wait for a candle over here on the SPY, but we may be getting our move. Yeah, we'll leave the VWAP on for today just to see how it fares on the day. I don't really track VWAP too often though. Am I using TradingView? Yeah, so I'm using TradingView. I find it to be the most helpful for chart, the most relevant. All right, so we got a candle open above the EMA on the SPY. All right, it looks like we may be able to draw a downtrend on Tesla. Let's see. Let's go for something like drop to a 2. I'm not sure if I have any business drawing on these low time frames, these low. Here, let's see what it looks like on a 5. Seems valid on a 5. Let's look at it on a 10. If I were drawing it on a 10, it'd probably be more over here. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that holds up. I think I like that one more. All right, let's see what the market. Okay, so 60% of y'all said we are closing red today. See how we're doing on the day. All right, so Tesla is down almost 4%. Nvidia is a little in the green. If we come back up, Nvidia is going to run. This is why you get time on your options, because it's like I actually believe in that trade I called on Nvidia. It's just I didn't like the amount of time I had on it, and I was in too much at once. All right, so the SPY on the 1 minute, we are making a move up. So we got a new higher high. So this would be essentially, if you were taking a trade like at a demand or anything, this would be where you grabbed your call. We got to move, right? We got to move out of there on the 1 minute. On the 2 minute, hey, it's a new higher high on the 2 as well. All right, looking on 5 minutes. Yeah, we'll see how we handle that 542. But yeah, that's kind of where the EMA is there. I have these, so I just got these monitors for my laptop, and hold on, what time is it? So yeah, we'll stay on a little bit more, just to kind of like watch this trend, see how we actually end up faring with it. But yeah, I do want to say this was kind of the line that I was watching here. Let's go out to the 15. I think this trend line, or let's look at on 10, 15. Yeah, this was kind of the trend line that we were watching today to see kind of how things were going. So I want to go back to the 4 hour on Tesla, see how this zone is faring. Get rid of this trend line. Know that as long as we don't make a new low, we are above this trend line. Go back up to the 4 hour. And then now it looks like the Dixie, maybe we got like this big wick up here. So this could be a potential sweep on the Dixie. And maybe we come, maybe that's not a sweep. I'm not sure I would call it a sweep. I'm not sure if the Dixie moves the same anyway. But yeah, it's like the stuff that is doing well, the stuff that's holding us up is just kind of like staying pinned. And then, I don't know, it's like everything else is down a good amount. DJT is really, really down. It crossed back below this trend line I had. One of these days, I'm just going to like pick up 100 shares. I think it's the lowest it's been since. Yeah, it hasn't been this low since. This is the lowest it's been all year. But yeah, if Trump catches another bullet to the ear, yeah, we might catch another quick wick up here. Or if Trump ends up being president, anything like that. Hey. And also, I'm not endorsing Trump catching a bullet to the ear or anything like that. I'm not. That's not even cool in my eyes. Like, that's kind of wild that people are wild. Let's just say that. All right, so on the 4 hour, Tesla for now is looking good, or looking better. Like ultimately, when I got in that last call, I think I bought in. Honestly, I think I bought in about right here, and then we had a pullback. We ran up, and I think the highest I ended up on that call was about like 200. And I should have taken profits. I think it was like over here, actually. It was either over here or over here, but I didn't get enough time on the contract. I think this time I should be good. It's like whenever it comes up, it doesn't like to come up with this strength. But Tesla, it's like I keep getting these updates almost every day right now. And Tesla's like the stock everyone loves to hate for the most part. Everyone likes to hate on Elon. Everyone. So I wouldn't just make this trade off of just like analyst upgrades, but it's trending up right now. Okay, so it looks like I may have lost connection. Oh no, I'm
to respond like me,
right,
to be
so
a co-creator and collaborator, but will never replace the real Milo. Okay. Another way to think about the testing phase is
like
as an iteration. You're still
good.
co-creating with your AI in order to make it a very good representation of yourself. So you want to make sure that you understand all of its quirks until it's perfect.
offline. I don't know how the stream's still
When it's time to
bearing me.
publish, there's a few things to consider.
Test and see.
Similar to a YouTube video or Google document that you will publish online, you can think about it as 3 options. The first one will be private, so only you will have access to it. So if you're creating your own AI mentor with no other use than that, that's perfect for you. The second objective could be publicly available, like on the store, like an app that you will publish. And then there's an in-between, which is unlisted. So it's a way for you to maybe have just that one URL that you want to share with your customers or put behind a paywall or just make available to friends and family, but without giving it access to the rest of the world. So we're going to go ahead and...
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so do y'all hear the other people talking? Okay, okay. All right, it sounds good now, cause I just heard people talking on my stream. I didn't know that was going on. All right, I think there was like a course I was taking on using like AI, and I think that may be what was playing in the background. So yeah, if y'all, all right, cool. So yeah, if y'all hear anything like that, please let me know. All right, cool. Yeah, I was like, yo, what is that? But yeah, so what happened was my I don't know, the stream went down, and I don't know, I guess my connection is kind of, I don't know what's up with my connection. I mean, I thought everything's solid on my end, but it just kind of cut me out. Yeah, so when it comes to looking at things, kind of watch this trend line on the SPY. VWAP is chilling at about 543.39. Let's look at RSI. Let's see how we're doing. Way oversold on the day. What are my thoughts on Apple? I think Apple is... Here, let's look at it again. Because it's like, I saw this right here. I was like, oh yes, Apple is going to kind of pop up and retest, but I missed my exit. So let's try to look at this unbiased. Let me go to the 1 hour. Okay, so Apple, like I was trying to find a trend on Apple. And if that trend is a trend on Apple, Apple looks like it is more breaking out to the upside. And Apple looks like it wants to make its, honestly, that's what I would say on Apple. That was kind of my what I was trying to play off of. My thing was, I thought Apple would at least come out, take like kind of the high of this range right here. And then it did. But I think Apple is going to kind of consolidate in this range. And then I think it's going to make its way back up to, honestly, all-time highs. I believe that, yeah, Apple's going to make its way back up here. It's really just, do you have enough time to do it? So it looks like right now, if you catch Apple around 217, just getting calls with some time on them, it's like maybe try to ride it up to 223, 225, somewhere in that range. And then if you notice it still has strength at that range, then boom. Do I think it'll stay above the trend line? For now, like as long as it holds above this, holds this here, let's go to the lower end. As long as it holds about 216.70 or 217 overall, I think Apple is heading back up there. Because going on to what we were talking about with liquidity, Apple has built up a lot of liquidity here. Let's look at it on the 4 hour. A lot of liquidity built up in this range, and it's just charging up for a move. And if you look at it, it almost looks like it's forming like some weird kind of double bottom. But yeah, I see Apple coming up here, but it's also very well possible that Apple comes down and makes some move down to here as well. So I would say like wait and see what happens. But if you're gonna play at a level like right here, this is where something like a straddle or a strangle will play as well, and that's essentially where you buy a call and buy a put that's the same distance away at the same time, and then one of them will end up being a lot more, like worth a lot more than the other. So whatever you lose in the other will still end up, you'll still end up being decently profitable on that trade. All right, looking at Tesla on this trade on Tesla. So as of right now, it is looking like it is sweeping the liquidity. What we'll kind of have to do, we'll see how this candle closes. It's possible it could come up and come here, or it's also possible that, like, it's still possible that Tesla is making its way down. Scully to the bone, okay. All right, respect to calm trader. Keep building, bro. I appreciate you. I'm gonna let you know. Hey, this calmness. Hey, today has been a day with the trades. I've really gotten slapped around today, to say the least. I think this trade with Tesla is going to do some things, and think we have time for it to do some things. But what was I going to say? But like that small account, hey, I feel a little rocked on that. I'm gonna have to restrict. Hey, no more SPY trades for that account for now. Cause it's like I'm getting these little. I'm not getting enough time on them. So yeah, no more SPY trades on the $100 challenge. Cause right now it's actually like a $30 challenge. I think I'm feeling better. Like when I said I was under the weather and whatnot. I don't know. It's like something magical. My wife throws in this tea and stuff she makes. I don't know. But I'm feeling kind of better. I think I need to like go for a run or something. I haven't wanted to run these past couple days because I felt a little. But the weather's been nice. All right, so Apple looks like it's going up. Let's see how. Okay, so Nvidia's going back up. Looks like I possibly could have held on to that, but we'll see. Because like right now, the SPY is still looking at this trend right here. It's still holding up, but like, oh wait, hold on. This is let's bring the SPY to the 4-hour real quick. So look, if we put the SPY and Tesla in different situations, Tesla is trending up, SPY is trending down. So hopefully Tesla catches more upside than the SPY. But the SPY did close this gap, so if the SPY wants to run up and come test this up here at 554, I will not be mad. And then if Tesla wants to run up and come test this. All right, let's check the call to put ratio real quick. All right, so we ran up to about, okay. Usually when you see it like above 1, that's usually a good time to buy calls. Like that's just easy money calls on the market right there. But we're not quite there yet. Good morning, Casey. Hey, good thing you're late because I have been taking L's today, and luckily you have not been a part of that. I do think this trade I took on Tesla, pretty fire in my opinion. We got the entry around like 217.47, but that is a larger trade that I got for next week. If we're looking at I hadn't even looked to see how it's doing. All right, so I bought in 608 on that. It's up $72, so nothing too crazy, but actually if I were drawing break even for that, let's see where the break even is. It's at 222.5, so this is in the money, and then break even would be, hold up. And break even would be about, yeah, about right there. Then everything above that is just great money. Yeah, Tesla's, here, let's look, let's drop down to a lower time frame on it. Oh, Tesla is making his VWAP move. When I look at it like this, I'm not loving it as much. It's kind of doing the same thing the SPY is doing. Let's go back down to the 15. Can you remind me, what was it? What the break-even price is? Okay, so the break-even price, there is a price that you buy your contract for. So the contract I bought on Tesla was $6.08 per share, I want to say. So the number for that contract in the money is about where this line is. So if we actually took that, the price that I paid for the contract and where it is in the money, which would say 608. Let's go to 608. So that's about right here. So I actually move that up just a little bit. That's break even. So break even, it really applies. This is going to be where you need the stock price, or where the stock price needs to be for you to not have made money and not have lost money on the trade when the options contract expires. So for instance, if it were up here, if it went up here today, I would be up big on this options contract. Because of the other factors that come into play with like theta and the IV and all that stuff. But yeah, break even is really that's really just where it needs to be at expiration for you to not have made or lost money. So I paid $6.08 per share for the contract, and if it expires right here at 228.58, that's exactly how much the contract will be worth when it expires. And yeah, I'll just essentially get that money back. Hope that little explanation was helpful. So wait, hold up. All right, you said so it's only if I hold on to it by expiration. Yeah, so break even mostly just applies to expiration. I just feel a lot better when I am I just feel a lot better whenever I what was I gonna say? I feel a lot better holding knowing if I'm already past break even. But issue, everything you explain something, every time I explain something, a commercial pops on. All right, so, I think, Mahishu, I think that's a YouTube thing. I think they know when I'm about to say something good, and they want to feed the commercials. They're like, oh, they're going to stay on for this. So I'm going to explain, I'll explain it again, but if you catch another ad, like let me know. Maybe this is something YouTube's doing. So maybe the more value I provide, that more ads that they send in. Here, maybe I'll make it sound like it's not something interesting. But okay, so when it comes to break even, what was I going to say? So the trade I got, so the strike price is right here. So if it gets above this, it's considered in the money. I paid $6.08 per share for the contract, which meant it was a total of $608. But I'm trying to explain it faster just for the record. But let's say, so break even or in the money is right here at 222.50. And then for me, since I paid $6.08 for the share or contract, break even is going to be up here because that's how much it is in the money. So it being at $6.08 per share in the money, or $6.08 per share in the money would be, oh, this is like me adding $6.08 per share into the money. This is where I would need it to be at expiration to not have made money or to not have lost money. All right, cool. So like, yeah, it's like if it gets here before expiration day or the end of the day of expiration, I'm likely up pretty well on my contract. It's the break even really just applies mostly to the expiration date, but it feels a lot better if you are there far before then. All right, so here as we get kind of this, I mean, the trend hasn't completely changed yet, but as you have like this little like reversal, you can kind of like try to draw a little trend. All right, so potentially breaking back down right here on the depending on how you draw it. So you could draw it to the bottom of that, or you could draw it where it kind of goes through the wick. Just depends on you. But yeah, we could potentially be breaking back down right here, but we caught a wick. All right. I got good in trades. You're not alone, Oliver. Honestly, I should have waited today. That's the only thing I would say about my trades. It's like I came in a little bit too excited today. This is why I usually I try to make my trades on the 4 hour, so I don't have so much excitement with when it comes to trading. I let my emotions get the best of me, and it's like I didn't come looking for the best I was looking for the best setups, but I was my judgment was compromised when it came to me looking for the best setups. All right, so we'll go on here for about 5 more minutes. It looks like we may be, like if this trend's gonna continue, for instance, on the 5 minute, this may be a good, oh wait, hold up. Yeah, on the 5 minute, this could potentially be a good spot to trade. Oh wait, hold up, we're actually above, we actually got a candle above the EMA. So actually, here, we'll kind of watch and see how this does right here. I want to see if we, here, let's turn on the 45. So the 40, or the 48's up here around like 544. Let's go up to 10 minutes. It looks like we still have some more upside. Can I look at the cues? Yeah, let's look at the cues. I usually do a lot of time looking at the SPY just because it's so similar, but yeah, let's definitely look at the cues. How do I know which EMA to look at? So honestly, that kind of comes down to you and what you're doing. So usually I have I want to first let people know I don't normally have this on, but I have VWAP on today because someone mentioned it and I just wanted to just look at it while we're going. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, I usually have the 13 and the 48 EMAs. The 13 is going to be the blue and the 48 is going to be the orange for me. It kind of just comes down to your strategy and how you learned it or like what you find relevant. I like to look at the cross of the 13 and the 48 EMAs for like something like bullishness. So if we look at the 1 minute, you can see we kind of crossed right here to the upside on the EMAs, and it's like, oh, now we're bullish on the one. But had you got in on the cross, if you were just playing crosses today, if you got in at the cross up here, you would have got in at about, let's say you got in at 548. On the Qs, you would have, let's say you got in right here. You would have made about, let's see, or you would have been along for about like $5 move. It's like there are some people who strictly just trade off that. But yeah, going back to looking at the Qs. All right, the trend on the Qs looks a bit easier to draw. I'm going to turn off all these lines because it's too much to look at. Oh, thank you so much to learn. Oh yeah, Peter Gale, there's so much to learn. It's like I'm still learning. Been doing this like 4 or 5 years, or 5 or 6 years, but there's always something to learn. It's like if you stick to one thing, like even if you just stuck to the trend lines, if you just stuck to the trend lines today, you probably would have been a lot better off than me. So sometimes there is an element of there is like a, you can overlearn to a point where, or I won't say you can't overlearn, you can overanalyze. And it's like that may be something I was doing. I was trying to look for too many things. What's my most profitable year of trading? I would say about 41. And it's like, and that's K. I would say it was maybe 2022. Wait, last year was 2023. So I would say it was probably 2022. Some things that really contributed to that were mostly, I think that was when Amazon had a stock split, Google had a stock split. And there may have been one other stock split. And kind of what I did with those was I remember taking like 1 or 2K for those stock splits about what was it, maybe a week or two before the stock split. And I just bought calls. I remember specifically Amazon and Google. I bought calls like a week before or 2 weeks, somewhere in that range, and I 2,000 on each. And it was like over the span of a couple days, it ran up to like 10K. And I don't remember whether it is Google or Amazon, but it was like had I held the calls, they would have been like 60K, even if I just held on to one. But it was like, yo, I am up more than enough, and then also like I I was still working for Jeff Bezos in the Amazon factories at that point in time. So I was like, yo, I don't want this to reverse on me because it ran up so crazy. I didn't want it to reverse on me. I didn't know as much about price action or market structure. So, all right. So yeah, I'm looking at the cues on the 5 minute right now, but looking at this, let's say, yeah, let's try looking at it on the 10 minute, see if we can draw something a little better. So yeah, let's use that for the 10 minute. So looking at and then what's this? All right, that was a channel we were kind of in this morning. We can still use that as resistance. All right, so Tesla, we're still doing well. Let's go back to looking at let's turn VWAP back on. So we're coming up to test VWAP. Let's see kind of how we do. Hopefully it doesn't slap us back down. But honestly, this is where I would get off. But just because we're still below some things, I want to get above them just to kind of, have a little bit of confidence before walking off. All right, I'm thinking about putting another put in for Bank of America. I think I got some. Here, let's see. So yeah, one thing about banks. Here, we'll get off Tesla. One thing about banks, depending on the bank, like the larger banking institutions. Oh wait, BAC. My bad, not Boeing. The larger banking institutions, yeah, they're going to lose money because they're not charging as much for interest rates. But if you look at something like a SoFi or something like that, they're probably going to start making money because a lot of people are going to refinance with them. So this is bad for like larger banks like Bank of America, JP Morgan and whatnot. But yeah, I would say if below here, it's like I don't necessarily love this spot to short. Here, let's see if we can find a trend on a lower time frame. All right, so it's consolidating right now. So right now, it's like I would kind of look more to the EMAs if I were looking for a short on this, if I were trying to continue riding on the day. But we're kind of looking from here. This would be kind of an area I would look to short from if we kind of came up there. But it's like if you already took profits, or just this is just if it were me, I wouldn't like entering right here. I wouldn't want to enter off of some kind of pullback or continuation. I would like to find a trend. Like this is very loose what I'm about to draw, but say you see kind of like a loose trend line right here, I would want to see it like pull back up to here or trade sideways until it's over here before I get in, and then it's like, oh, it's going to touch it and then continue moving on is what I would look for. So, okay, it looks like at the moment Tesla is finding some resistance at about this 220 level. So the question is going to be, can Tesla get back above it? The Qs are doing the same thing. Hey, I'm glad you can see it. I am glad you can see it, Brandon. All right. Yeah, I really want to see us kind of like I want to see it completely. Here, let's draw kind of like a loose kind of, And let's draw like a loose level of support above there, or a resistance right there. Let's see if we can like get and hold above it. And then if we do that, hold on, my wife sounds like she's making food. Let me see if I'm getting some too. Yeah, because it's about time to eat. Okay, so moving up, I want to see like a candle open above here and just stay above here as well. Because we're looking kind of good, but we're still below VWAP. Okay, yeah, yeah. All right, let's see what happens with VWAP. So now I would say this is a decent move above this level. We'll see how we kind of respond to VWAP. See kind of how, like if we hold above it, or if we can get and hold above it, that'll be kind of good. But yeah, this is the volume weighted average price for the day. So yeah, let's see how that kind of does or goes. Kind of crazy that SPY is coming back up a little bit. We got Tesla coming back up a little bit. Yeah, if the SPY wants to go crazy today, to the upside, I'm not mad at it. Still am in my call from this morning, but that was just for the purposes of day trades. I didn't spend as much on that one. So I was like, I think the day trade, personally, with the levels that we're at and the volatility that we have, was more worth it for me to. T-Bird, gotta leave as usual, but I appreciate all that you're doing. Hey, appreciate you, T-Bird, and you too. Happy hump day, everybody. Yeah, I'm about to roll out in a moment too. So I got an alert just now saying SPY is crossing like a 10-minute trend line. Let's see the trend line real quick. Okay, so SPY is crossing this trend line. So let's watch this real quick. See kind of how we respond here. It looks like we're buying up. Let's make sure it's not a a fake out. And let's see if we can get back above this 545 level. I mean, that'll be nice, and then I'll kind of sign off then. One other, let's check out Netflix. I have bad and good experience with Netflix. Here, let's see. Okay, on the day, you can kind of see the same kind of trend. We're definitely going to look at it on a higher time frame too, but just while we're on the lower one. All right, so yeah, we're back at VWAP on that 15 minutes. Let's go up to the 4 hour. Let's go to the weekly. Let's start on the weekly on Netflix. See, I don't like Netflix because when I was trading them a lot, I actually couldn't every time I thought I finally got them and kind of understood them, they played me and did something different. So here, looking at the weekly, if I were to draw trends, I don't even know. Let's try to say something like that. Okay, so now Nvidia is back above that 110 resistance it was at this morning. Yeah, this morning it's starting to look like it was a massive fake out that I got in way too early on. But if that's the case, this Tesla should make everything all right. And yeah, Tesla is doing its thing. All right, so looking at Netflix chart, it's still very ugly to me. Netflix has always had ugly charts to me. No offense to Netflix, but all right, I'm seeing resistance at this 678 level. This would be kind of support to the downside is what it looks like. I can't really say too much here. Let's go down to a 1 hour. You know what, if I were to draw a trend to the downside on a 1 hour, it would look something like this. I have Netflix in kind of a downward channel right now. Do I do stop losses and profit? So yeah, when I get up enough, that's something I would consider up here. It's like today I don't intend on taking profits on the Tesla trade today. This is a bigger move that I saw, but like even like where it's at right now, I'm up 135 from where I got in. That would be a valid that'd be a valid trade for me. That's valid profit right now. It's up 22%. That's not bad. Hey, no problem, Rick. Yeah, let me go to the SPY real quick. I think we're about to sign off. Oh, wait, hold up. I think we're about to sign off for the day so I can take care of business and whatnot. Have a couple coachings and whatnot to do today. So let's see. Okay, so on the 15-minute. Okay, I keep trying to look over here. All right, so over here we're above VWAP, so that's good. I'm gonna turn VWAP off. I still want to see how we do with resistance, but now we're kind of following this trend line to the upside. Maybe slide that over a little bit, but yeah, we're following this trend line to the upside. So anyone looking for upside, if you want to try to play anything, if we get a pullback to this trend line and we end up breaking that, hey, maybe we can look to come up here and retest 549. But yeah, they definitely got me on that small account. But it does not look like they got me on the day on Moomoo. So depending on how we close out today, if we come out victorious, expect to see like some sort of screenshot on how wild the day was on YouTube. I might do like a little community post or whatever, just to show the volatility and give it like a little shout out. But yeah, we're gonna close it out right here. This morning has been wild. It was definitely one for history. It's almost like we had today's 9/11, and yeah, this was kind of like the market's moment of silence. This little falling here this morning, kind of the market blowing up and recovering. All right, I need Palantir to come on for my $36 call. Take a quick look at Palantir. Palantir needs to you want to see Palantir come up and break above this 3420 level, then this 3440. You want Palantir to break through some levels first. But yeah, that's going to do it for the day. Everyone, let's have a good day. Happy hump day. Yeah, all that good stuff. Matthew Manuel signing off. Thank you so much for watching. Want to change your life. All that good stuff. But yeah, let's sign off right there. Good day, family.